Hey retro fans, welcome to a slightly dishevelled and somewhat empty looking retro gaming memories. It's a couple of weeks before I move house, and as you can see everything's all packed up and almost ready to go. It's amazing how much crap I've actually got, it's ridiculous. If I kind of move out the way, you can see all the boxes of rubbish back there. There's like 25 boxes of games and consoles and all sorts of stuff. It's quite ridiculous. But yeah, anyway, I thought I would do a quick video. I got a couple of bits through the post, which will probably be my last deliveries to this house. It's all getting very surreal and very real. But yeah, I've sold off loads of stuff. When I emptied my loft, I didn't realise how much crap I actually had. So I've sold off loads of games, spare game systems that I had. God, I can't even remember. It's just been a flurry of activity. I've just been posting stuff left, right and centre. And it's still going. I'm still selling the last remnants. But some of the stuff that I discovered, I found a big stack of PC games that I had from back in the day. I don't play PC games anymore because it frustrated the life out of me just having to kind of keep drivers up to date and all that kind of stuff. And I moved to a Mac, which suited what I wanted to do better, for like music and photos and all that kind of stuff. So I don't play games on the computer anymore. I just use like the PS4 and stuff like that. Suits me down to the ground. I know it's not for everybody. I know there's a huge PC market, and if it works for you, all good, but it's not for me. Anyway, found a big box of PC games. And I reached out to some of the guys that I used to sell stuff to, and worked out a trade basically. Because I've got to the point now that all the kind of stuff that was worth money, you know, 5-10 quid for whatever, that's all sold. So it was kind of the remnants, the last bits, and it wasn't really worth much. These PC games, I thought, right, there was about 40 of them, and I thought, I'm just wanting a tenner for them, just, you know, make a little bit of cash rather than throwing them in the bin, just get rid of them. But anyway, I worked out a trade with Rockrabilia, who is Tim Abbott. He's got an eBay page, and I worked out a little deal with him where we just did a trade. So I sent him the box of games, and he gave me store credit. So I picked some games, and those arrived today. So I've got them just sitting off camera, and I'm going to sort of unbox them and go through them with you, because I can't remember what I ordered. So it'll be as much as a surprise to me as it is to you. And there's another little box just hiding down here, which has got some other stuff in it. Now I know what it is, but I'll just let you see it on camera. Or I know what system it's for. Again, I can't remember what games they are. It's just, there's been too much going on with the whole house move thing. It's just crazy. But still, let's crack on with probably the last unboxing from this house. And hopefully when we get the new games room set up, it'll look a bit better. Although you won't see the arcade cabinet, because that's going in a special unnamed place as of yet, which will be revealed at a later date. Anywho, mysteries aside, so we've got a lovely box of nothingness. What are these? Mome stripes. Sweeties. They're not sweeties, unfortunately, but and amongst all this packing, let's see. See if I can squeeze this off camera. I'm just hiding these. Can you see? No, right, okay. Chat amongst yourselves. Ooh, little sneak peek there. Right, box of rubbish. So, first up, we have some Sega Mega Drive games, and first up we have some Glare. We've got, there we go, 007, James Bond, The Duel. Now I've only really played this on emulator, but it seemed quite fun, quite simple I suppose, but good fun. So there we go, it's complete. I only buy my games complete. Box isn't in the best condition, but that's alright, we can get a new box, it doesn't matter. Yeah, I only buy, especially my Mega Drive games, I only buy those complete. There have been a couple that I've bought off sellers who have said they're complete, and unfortunately the manual's missing or something like that. I always find it funny when sellers say complete without the manual. Well, it's not complete then, is it? But anyway, that aside, that's James Bond, right? So next up, we have Morglare, Outrun 2019. Now again, this is a bit of a sprite scaler. I've only played it on emulator. I've never played it kind of in the flesh, but it seemed quite good fun. It was all right. So there we go again, complete, boxed complete. Seen slightly better days, but all good. Nothing too concerning. So next up, excuse me, we've got a game that I had on the Mega CD. But I sold my Mega CD. I got rid of it because I just wasn't playing it. It wasn't worth keeping it. So I sold it off and I sold all the games with it. Or sold the games individually, some of them. And one of those games, I never had it back in the day, but I had the cartridge version of the game back in the day. Now, I'll just jump straight in. The game is The Terminator. Managed to get that without glare, yes. The Terminator. There we go, box complete, which is all nice. So I had the cartridge version back in the day. Although I had a Mega CD later on in my collecting days, I had the cartridge initially. Now, the cartridge version is different to the Mega CD version. I haven't played the cartridge version for years, but the Mega CD version is vastly superior. It's got sort of movie intros and things, and a rock CD soundtrack, and it plays nice. I think it might play slightly quicker. So it's a better game. But I haven't played this for years, so it's obviously the same premise, the same kind of thing. But I'm looking forward to going back and giving this a go. A lot of people say it's really hard and it's not brilliant, but I'm looking forward to going back and giving it a go and seeing how we get on. But yeah, Terminator, you can't beat it, it's quite good. So lastly, for the Mega Drive collection, is a game that I never had back in the day. I remember seeing it advertised and I thought, that looks alright. It was probably of its time, because when it was released, skateboarding was pretty big. I remember the whole skateboarding craze. I partook in it myself. I have the scuffed knees to prove it. But yeah, so the last game for the Mega Drive is Skitchin. Can we see that? Yeah, there we go, Skitchin. So it's basically, from what I gather, it's essentially Road Rash on skateboards. So there we go, your EA case. I should really, that's not going to close now, is it? Of course it's not. Yeah, I don't know if we'll be able to see the graphics and stuff on the back. There we go. So yeah, it's just kind of skateboarding, grabbing onto the back of cars. I think it just uses the Road Rash engine, to be honest. But it looked alright, it looked like good fun. Well, I remember, here's the back of Terminator. I'm sure you've seen all of these before, but just in case you haven't and you're even remotely interested, Outrun, there we go, let's see. Da-da-da. Quite nice. So I was quite impressed with the speed of Outrun actually when I saw it originally. And James Bond, there we go. So da-da-da-da-da. Sort of platformy, shooty action on that one. So so yeah, so that is the Mega Drive games. Those were on a Facebook group, and the guy did me a little deal on them. So so yeah, so happy to have those. I'm fortunate. I'm very fortunate, albeit it's slightly annoying, but I'm very fortunate to be in a place where my Mega Drive collection is pretty much where I want it to be. I've got all the games that I used to have when I was a kid and the ones that I kind of wanted when I was a kid. There's a couple that I would quite like to get that I had as a kid that I just won't pay the money for. Ghostbusters is one of them. I remember buying Ghostbusters. I got some money for Christmas and I went into the town in Edinburgh, and I remember it was snowing heavily, and got the bus up the town, and it was just after Christmas, and it was that great kind of vibe. But all the shops had a sale on, and I went in and I think I had like £30 of Christmas money. Bearing in mind this was whatever 1991, 92, something like that. And so I went in and I managed to buy 3 Sega Mega Drive games for my 30 quid. It was great. Actually, I tell a lie. I bought 2 Sega Mega Drive games and 5 Amstrad games. Yeah, that's as you do. Anyway, it was Arnold Palmer's Golf and Ghostbusters. They were both £10 each, and I bought some budgety stuff and sale stuff for the Amstrad. But yeah, Ghostbusters, I remember being slightly disappointed because it was that kind of, it's not anime, but they kind of had the kind of bigger heads, bobblehead type things, and it was more cartoony than I hoped for. But it was still quite good fun, and I remember playing it. But now Ghostbusters regularly goes for like 50 quid for the PAL version, and I'm just like, that's just nonsense. It's not worth 50 quid. It's an alright game, but it's not worth 50 quid. So, you know, maybe one day I'll get a bargain and pick that up. Same with Splatterhouse 2. I remember having that back in the day, and I think I paid a £5 for it or something like that, second hand. And now it goes for 30-40 quid on the Mega Drive. And it's mad because I've got the arcade version on the cabinet, but just it's a little nostalgia thing, you know, being able to play Splatterhouse on the Mega Drive. And the annoying thing is I had it and I sold it because the cover was kind of sun faded, so I sold it on, which I was a bit daft. But then I had played it at the time and I was a bit bored with it and I wanted new things. So it's just, you know what it's like if you're a collector. It's kind of organic sometimes, and you do get rid of stuff and sometimes buy a little bit back and all that kind of thing. So yeah, but my Mega Drive collection is kind of where I want it to be. So it's very rare that games come up that I think, oh yeah, I really want that. So like I say, I'm very fortunate and I'm lucky to be in that position. But at the same time, you sometimes see these sale posts with loads of games in it and you think, ooh, and then you have a look through and you think, I've got most of that, or it's not stuff that I want. Or so yeah, but anyway, enough of my waffling. That's the Mega Drive stuff. So next we have this rather funky official eBay box. Woo! So this is the stuff from Rockrabilia, and I would recommend checking out. I think it's Tim and Denise. Might be wrong. Sorry, Tim, if your wife's not called Denise, I do apologise. But it's Tim Abbott anyway, and he runs the Rockrabilia eBay page. So go and have a little check out that, and he's also on Facebook as well, so you can have a look. But let's get the rusty knife, and always cut towards your heart. That's the best way to do it. I'm joking, kids, just in case. Don't want any lawsuits. I'm a trained professional, been doing this for years. Got all the fingers to prove it. Yeah. So this is really nicely packaged, lots of bubble wrap, and I'm purposely doing it off camera so you can't see. So let's see. So it's nicely done it's nicely held together in a bag. So let's see. There we go. Whoa, more glare. Jesus. That's just not going to work at all, is it? Anyway, there we go. Rockrabilia. Give them a little look. So this is a collection of mostly new tapes, I think, for the Amstrad. So let's think how we'll do this. So basically, like I said, I kind of traded some PC games and got store credit. So I thought I'll get some games that I've quite fancied and wanted to give a go. And some of these, one of them was a bundle of stuff that I might kind of pass on a couple of them, but most of them I wanted. So anyway, let's start with an addition to the Amsoft catalogue, which is Alex Higgins. What was that? World Snooker. I couldn't remember if it was Pool or Snooker. Yeah, Alex Higgins World Snooker. So I think that's 57 out of, no, I've got more than that, I think 57 roughly games out of the 91, I think it is. I've got a feeling I've got more than that. Anyway, it's an addition to the excuse me, to the Amsoft catalogue. Next up we have 3D Pinball from Mastertronic. I think this is new. So it looks pretty good. I've only ever played that on the Commodore 64, so I don't know what the Amstrad version will be like, but should be good fun. We'll give it a go. I quite like pinball. I don't know what that is. Never liked pinball when I was a kid. I never played it. I thought it was a waste of time. I was always an arcade kind of guy. But as I've got older, I don't know if I just appreciate the mechanics of it or the tangibility of it, you know, the feel of it. But I quite enjoy pinball, and I enjoy pinball in its virtual incarnations as well. So I've got pinball on my iPad, I've got it on my PS4, I've got it on the PSVR. I've got virtual pinball set up on the arcade cabinet. I've got flipper buttons at the side, and eventually I'll probably build a virtual pinball cab, which I'll do a video about if I ever build one. But I do enjoy pinball, so I don't know what that's about. It must be a kind of getting older thing, I don't know. Anyway, pinball. Oops, these are nice shiny cases, so much so that they're sliding out my hands. Anyway, Ultima Ratio. Nice little Firebird number. I did consider buying or getting a Firebird sub collection, because I used to like the Firebird games back in the day, but to be honest, the collection is, I don't know, 50-50 on kind of quality versus filler. A bit like the Amsoft stuff. It's not brilliant, but anyway, here we go. So there's the graphics for Ultima Ratio. Next up we have Mission Genocide, another sort of shooter. Ultima Ratio is a shooter, and this is another shooter that looks pretty good fun. And then we've got Star Firebirds, yet another shooter. I just fancied some shoot 'em ups for the Amstrad. Thought I would give it a go, which is nice. So the next lot was a bundle deal, all by the same company, but some cracking games here. So we'll start up with another shooter, and that's Transmuter. So these are all Transmuter the shooter, yay! These are all Codemasters games that are coming up. So I'm sure you've seen these before. Then we've got Pro Skateboard Simulator. Never played that. It's probably a 720 clone. Looks at it actually. But yeah, we'll give that a go. BMX Simulator 2. Loved a bit of BMX Simulator back in the day. It was cracking. Then we've got one of my favourites. I've already got this, so I'll probably pass this on to somebody. But ATV Simulator. Absolutely loved this back in the day. I spent many hours playing it. Actually, I should got one of my pals on Facebook, Sean M. Neary. He's got, I don't know, the tenacity or patience of a saint or whatever, but he will play a game to death to chase a high score. So what I'm thinking is, I quite like this. This is probably when I could get a decent score in. I might challenge Sean to a high score on this. Might not be here right enough. It might be when I move house, but that's maybe one for the future. Would you be up for that, Sean? That could be interesting. Although he gets mad high scores, he gets ridiculous high scores. But we'll see. So next up, another game I've never played is Motocross or Moto X Simulator, whatever you want to say. Looks like a bit of a sort of, I don't know, is that like an enduro racer? It's a cross between Excitebike and enduro racer by the looks of it. Don't know. 3D isometric-y thing. But yeah, looks alright. Next up we've got another game I've not played for years. Super Stuntman. It's a top-down racery, spy hunter-y looking thing if I remember correctly. But quite good fun. Next up, sealed. Super Robin Hood. One of the first games I ever heard my Amstrad talking to me. Now, I'll probably pass this on because I've got Super Robin Hood. And I've actually got it signed by the Oliver twins. It was one of the first games I think they did on the Amstrad, and my one, I met them down in Blackpool and I got it signed. And it was that game special to me because there used to be a little shopping centre in Edinburgh, in Corstorphine, where I kind of grew up. And it was called The Village. It's now a pub, I think, or a hotel. But I remember going in there one day with my sister when I was just young. I don't know, I was 10 or 11 or something like that. And she took me in, and we had a look around the shops, and there was a stall selling computer games, and of course I gravitated towards it, and my sister went and did whatever she was going to do, you know, whatever shop she was looking at, and she came back and she says, I'll buy you a game, what game would you like? And I picked Super Robin Hood for the Amstrad. So there's a special place, you know, it's got that kind of total nostalgia factor for me, and I can remember all that detail just based on a game, which is weird. I can remember what the store looked like and everything. But so I've got that, and I still like the game. It's still pretty hard, but it's good. And yeah, it's doubly special because of that nostalgia factor and the fact that mine is now signed by the Oliver twins. So so I might sell this one on. Let's see, it's factory sealed. I don't know if you'll be able to see that there. There's minty goodness. Anywho, could maybe give it away in a competition actually. Maybe, don't know, we'll see. If I hit 200 subscribers, I was close to it. I think I'm on like 196 or something like that. Maybe if we hit 200 subscribers, we could do a little competition to win some games or something. Don't know, we'll see. I'll think of something. International Rugby Simulator is up next. That will definitely be going in the pile of things to sell because it's rugby and I don't do sports. So I've never played it, probably never will. It was just part of the bundle. But if anybody would like that, then let me know in the comments if you think I should do a little giveaway of some description. I'll think about how to do it. Can maybe win some Amstrad games or something else I've got lying about, I'll see. Grand Prix Simulator 2, follow on to the classic. I really like these. Although, have I played the second one? Yeah, I think I have played the second one. I had that back in the day. Yeah. I remember that being slightly less colourful than the first one, but the first one, your cars were just boxes with a dot on it. But the thing is that they were basically like Super Sprint rip-offs, top-down racers. But I really liked them. Again, it was one of these things, you know, you paid your pocket money and you got a version of a game you had played in the arcade, where the official games were like 10 quid. So I really enjoyed it, and I always thought the little cars, you know, people used to say, oh, that's not a racing car, but that little kind of rectangle with a dot in it, I always thought it was like the shape of the WEC Le Mans cars, more than a Formula 1 car. But I liked that game, I thought it was alright, quite good fun. So next up we've got Monte Carlo Casino, another game I've never played. It's probably your video poker or roulette and things like that, so give that a little go. It might stay in the collection, it might not, because I am kind of more discerning now, more because of space than anything else. I'll only keep games in my collection if I'll actually play them. You know, whilst the Amsoft collection's a kind of slight variation on that rule, that would just be nice to have a collection. But like this, rather than having a sub-collection of Codemasters games, it'll be kind of quality over quantity. It'll just be games that I would play again. There's no point in me keeping a game if it's never going to be played. Anywho, a bit of a gauntlet clone coming up next with Ninja Massacre. I had this back in the day, I don't remember much about it, I'd never really played it much, but I bought it because it had the word ninja in the title and I was mental about ninjas when I was a kid. Went to ninja class and all sorts of things, it was great. Everybody loved martial arts back in the day, didn't they, back in the 80s and 90s. Okay, so next up is Bigfoot. I've never played this. Looks like a kind of adventure platformy thing. Last up then is Pro Ski Simulator. Now I've already got this, but again it's a great game. I really like playing it. It's very simple, but I love the sound effects in it. It's a kind of rotating, you use keys to rotate left and right in the spacebar, I think it is, to kind of dig your poles in and actually start skiing. But there's a little bit of physics in it, you know, when you're going down a hill you start going faster and things like that. But I love the kind of noise that your skis make as you're going. It's quite mad. But yeah, nice little game. So there we go, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 18 Amstrad games, which is not bad. So yeah, so that's it, 18 Amstrad games and 4 Sega Mega Drive games to add to the collection. So I'll get those cleaned up and unfortunately chucked straight in a box because all my systems are away packed up, apart from my Amiga I think. Everything else is all boxed up and away, ready to be shifted. So something to keep me occupied in the new house when I'm skint and can't afford to do anything else anymore. But yeah, anyway, let me know in the comments if you think we should have a little competition giveaway type thing. Maybe if I hit the 200 subscribers mark, we can have a little think about what we can do. If you would like to win some games and tat that I've got lying about. I'll make it decent tat though, no any old crap. But yeah, anyway, if you think that would be a good idea, let me know in the comments. And if there's any of those games that you would specifically like to have, then let me know. So it just goes without saying, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this waffle. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I shall see you next time.